Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for your leadership in calling this hearing. Obviously, federal agencies have a very active role assigned to them by Congress, and what they do touches the daily lives of the public. There's no doubt that federal agencies play an important role in our government, but they should still play by the rules laid down by Congress when it comes to issuing the rules themselves. The rulemaking process has changed over time and can get very technical, but what has not changed is only Congress can legislate and agencies cannot issue regulations unilaterally. Rules are supposed to be issued in accordance with several statutes and executive orders, but as is the case with this hearing today, and it will show today, that this doesn't always happen. In fact, in 2016 alone, 18 regulations were issued for each law passed by Congress, not to mention the hundreds of pages of guidance that came along with those regulations. And according to the Federal Registry, agencies issued 3,280 rules last year. Now, this amounts to just a little bit less than 9 rules per day, including weekends and federal holidays. Now, that's an improvement over the previous administration where we saw 10.5 rules passed each day in 2016. Now, several laws and executive orders establish a regulatory process designed to require agencies to consult with the affected parties, evaluate their benefits, and certainly the compliance burdens and other costs, and consider alternatives to regulating. Now, we know federal agencies are not consistently following the rules Congress and the President have established. In fact, recently, GAO released the findings of an audit concluding that agencies have become increasingly non-compliant with the Congressional Review Act. And when issuing rules at the end of a presidential administration, this is particularly evident, especially when they have significant impact. Those rules which actually cost the economy at least $100 million. Agencies also issue guidance, which is a statement of policy or an interpretation of the law or regulations. Generally, guidance is supposed to inform the public of how to comply with those laws. Unfortunately, we don't know how many guidance documents agencies have issued, nor do we know how much it will cost the economy. One of our witnesses today has written that while no one knows how many guidance documents are out there, everyone agrees that the total is oceanic in scale. Late last year, our committee launched an oversight project on regulatory guidance documents. In response to our December request, agencies provided information on more than 12,800 documents. Now, the final number is still rising as agencies continue to produce the information. Agencies have also had difficulty in complying with the few existing requirements for issuing guidance documents. In fact, in 2015, the GAO undertook an audit of the Department of Agriculture, Education, Health and Human Services, and Labor, and found shortcomings in complying with applicable requirements. You know, the committee's oversight project also found widespread noncompliance with the CRA and the executive directives. Agencies reported to the committee that they had submitted just 189 guidance documents to Congress and the GAO as it is required by the CRA. That's a submission rate of less than 0.015%. In the last 5 months, GAO has issued 4 opinions to members of Congress finding certain guidance documents are considered rules under the Congressional Review Act and therefore must be submitted. Now, in conclusion, we know that more congressional requests for opinions on whether certain guidance documents are are pending before the CRA. Clearly, GAO will never be able to review the more than 12,800 guidance documents in our limited sample, let alone the entire universe of the agency guidance. And there is some sort of disconnect between what the law says and what agencies do. So we look forward to hearing your testimony today and you shining the light on this regulatory process as we try to make sure that we do what is according to the law and the rules and upholding the will of Congress. I yield back.
Thank the gentleman from North Carolina.